Welcome. In this masterclass, I'm going to show you a powerful process for finding lasting inner peace. These steps are designed to help you unwind old emotional patterns, release stored tension, and create real change in your life. Some of you may have already seen some of these steps individually, but I wanted to bring them together here in a complete masterclass, so you have the whole process together in one place. Think of this as your go-to guide whenever you want to come back to your inner peace journey. You might want to watch the series straight through first time, just to see how each step unfolds and builds on the last. But the real transformation happens when you go back and use each step to gradually unwind the tension and patterns stored from your past. We'll move step by step, starting with building the habit of noticing what's happening inside of you, then learning how to release emotions, going deeper into the subconscious, and finally creating massive transformation. Each part builds on the last, so let's begin. Step 1 is building awareness. Here, the focus is on daily awareness, learning to pause and tune into your inner world. By paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, and sensations, you begin to notice where tension and patterns are stored. You can't find peace when you're trapped inside your emotions. You react, spiral, or overthink, sometimes even without knowing what set it all off. Before you can change, you need to understand this. You can't heal or shift anything until you create this one gap. It's simple, but it's the foundation of every step that comes after. I know this because it's where my transformation began. Over time, just by starting this way, I developed abilities that I did not even know were possible, including a level of inner awareness and peace I couldn't have imagined. I'll show you what it is and how to start using it today. Most of us don't live with our emotions. We live as our emotions. When anger arises, we become angry. When sadness shows up, we are sad. There's no space between the emotion and us, just automatic reaction. But healing doesn't start with trying to fix or change anything. It starts with noticing. Noticing that we are having an emotion without becoming it. Some traditions call this stepping back, becoming the watcher. I think of it as simply noticing yourself in real time. You take a moment and realize, oh, I'm feeling this. I'm in it right now. And that might seem small, but in that one moment, something shifts. You're no longer in the emotion. You're the one noticing the emotion. You created a gap between the emotion and you. That's where all transformation begins. So here's the practice. Many times a day, pause and ask yourself this: how am I feeling right now? Then name the emotion, not the story, not the reason, just the emotion itself. Sad, frustrated, restless, calm. You might even use a list of emotion words to help you be more specific. I'll share one at the end of this video. And if you can, ask yourself where you feel that emotion in your body. What does it feel like? Is it tight, heavy, sharp, warm? But if you're not aware of the sensation part yet, that's okay. Just keep naming the emotion, because naming it pulls you inward, not into your thoughts, but into your sensing. It starts becoming a relationship with yourself. You begin to know yourself emotionally from the inside out. Working with clients, I found that they first have to acknowledge blaming someone else first. Like, I'm pissed at my spouse. before they can connect with the feeling inside. I feel disempowered. So see if you can notice both. It takes practice and honest introspection, but that's the key to true healing. Now, you might be wondering, how do I remember to check in during the day? Because we're so used to staying busy or distracted until something intense grabs our attention. So here are a few simple ways to support yourself. Put a sticky note on your bathroom mirror, your fridge, or your computer that says, "How am I feeling right now?" Set a gentle reminder or a timer on your phone, maybe every few hours, just to pause and check in. Or link it to something you already do regularly, like every time you make tea or wash your hands or get into the car. Use that as your moment to ask, what am I feeling? The goal is to just make it a habit, to become familiar with the pause. Eventually you won't need reminders. It'll become part of how you move through life. But in the beginning, give yourself the support, because this isn't just a mental practice. It's about getting to know yourself in a way most of us were never taught. I know that at first, stepping back like this was really hard for me. I'd only remember once or twice a day, sometimes less, but it got easier. And with the tools we have today, reminders, notes, and phones, it should be easier for you. And if it's hard to catch emotions in the moment, which is certainly possible if they're intense, start by doing it at night. Look back over your day and ask, what emotions did I feel today? Just naming them, even in hindsight, helps you start to see patterns. It helps you realize that emotions come and go. They don't define you. You are the one who sees them. This gap, the space between the emotion and you, is the first doorway to inner peace. It's not about pushing emotions away or pretending they're not there. It's about seeing them clearly from just enough distance that you're no longer inside them. That's when something new becomes possible that wasn't possible before. The more you do this, the easier it gets. You'll start to catch emotions earlier. You'll feel less reactive. And eventually, it becomes second nature. You start to know yourself. So I encourage you to stay with this. Practice often. Become an expert at knowing how you're feeling in the moment. That awareness becomes your foundation. And once that foundation is there, there are ways to go deeper, to transmute those emotions back to peace. Here are the 2 pages of emotions that I promised earlier in the video. Feel free to take screenshots. So, how are you feeling right now? Step 2 is learning to release. Learning how to release emotions. Now that we've started noticing what's happening inside, this step shows you how to use tools like EFT to gradually unwind tension you've been holding, instead of staying stuck in it. You may not feel it yet, but your body is carrying emotions from your past, and they are shaping how you think, feel, and move in everyday life. The good news? You can release them, starting right now. In this video, I will show you a simple mind-body technique called EFT, or Emotional Freedom Technique, where you gently tap on specific places on your body while focusing on the feeling, so the trapped emotion can finally release and you can return to peace. In the first step, you learned how to pause during the day and simply notice how you feel emotionally. That awareness is the foundation. You can't release what you don't recognize. Now in this step, we're going to build on that. You'll notice your emotion just like before, but this time, instead of just naming it, you'll use EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, also called tapping. That means gently tapping on specific places on your body while focusing on the feeling until it shifts. This is what moves you from awareness into release. Now, awareness alone is powerful, but emotions still need a way out of the body. If you only notice them and stop there, they continue sitting in your system, creating tension like steam in a kettle. Tapping, sometimes called tapping therapy, is a mind-body practice that calms your nervous system while helping your emotions release. It connects your awareness with your body directly, which is why many people experience it as a somatic practice, even though technically it comes from the field of energy psychology. Now, I've already created a full video walking you through how to use EFT step by step, so if you want the complete details, I'll post it here. For today, we'll keep it simple, so you can see how this fits into your inner peace practice. This is inner work in action. Carl Jung described the shadow self as the parts of us we tend to ignore or push away. Each time you notice an emotion and tap through it, you're bringing light to that shadow and proving that yes, you can heal your life. Here's how to do it. 1. Pause and notice how you feel in the moment. Just like in the first step, name it. Maybe anxious, frustrated, or sad. 2. Begin tapping gently on the side of your hand, just below the pinky, while saying, even though I feel, then name the emotion. This is my truth in this moment, and I allow myself to feel this. Now, traditionally, EFT uses a phrase like, even though I feel this emotion, I deeply and completely accept myself. I prefer my version because I find that it creates less resistance in people, but both work. So you can use whichever feels right for you. 3. Then, while repeating a short phrase such as this anxiety or this sadness, move through the tapping points. Top of the head, this anxiety. Beginning of the eyebrows, this anxiety. The bone on the edge of the eye, this anxiety. The bone under the eye, this anxiety. Under the nose on the upper lip, this anxiety. On the chin, this anxiety. On the collarbone, this anxiety. And the last place, about 4 inches under the armpit, this anxiety. Don't worry about being exact. The power is in the process, not in perfect precision. 4. Keep tapping until you feel a shift. Maybe a sigh or a yawn or a wave of relaxation. That's your nervous system letting go of the trapped emotion. This is the rhythm of your inner peace practice now. Notice the emotion, tap until it shifts, and return to presence. Every time you do this, you're building focused awareness of what's happening inside. It's one of the simplest tools you can use, and over time, it rewires your system so you can naturally know how to relax, instead of staying stuck in old emotional patterns. So that's step 2. Notice your emotion, then tap until it shifts. Step 1 gave you awareness, and now step 2 gives you release. In the next step, we'll take this even deeper, connecting to the memories beneath the emotions, so you can unwind patterns at their root. Step 3 is going deeper, exploring the subconscious. Once you begin practicing release, you'll notice there are even deeper layers below the surface. In this step, you'll learn how to connect with earlier memories and patterns to continue unwinding what's been stored from your past. What if you could release the negative emotions that keep showing up for good? With EFT, each tap can release part of the memory stored in your subconscious, freeing you from triggers permanently. In this video, I'll show you how to uncover the root memories hiding possibly even from childhood. Most people stop tapping on today's emotions. That helps, But the real power of EFT comes when you tap deeply. Each time you release the memory stored in your subconscious so it no longer triggers you. This is the heart of inner work. What Carl Jung called meeting the shadow self, the parts of you holding hidden or unresolved emotions. And what Eckhart Tolle describes as the pain body, the energy of past emotional pain that replays in your life. When you notice an emotion and tap on it, you're already building embodied self-awareness. But tracing it back to earlier memories uncovers the deeper patterns quietly shaping your life. By now, hopefully you're familiar with noticing what you're feeling, and hopefully you're familiar with using EFT to release the emotion. Now we're going to go further. 1. When you tap on an emotion, notice any memories that pop into your mind and write them down straight away. Then keep tapping until the emotion has eased. 2. Ask yourself, when was the first time that I remember feeling this exact way? The same set of emotions and sensations. Write that memory down too. 3. Now you have one or more memories to work with. Tap on each one with EFT to release the tension it holds. If you need a refresher, I've linked a detailed video on EFT here. As you work through these memories, also pay attention to any other memories that pop into your mind and jot those down. This is your subconscious mind opening up to you. This tapping process goes straight to the root of stored emotions. It's a deep form of shadow work, uncovering patterns your mind and body have been holding for years. Every memory you release is a step towards self-healing. As you tap and pay attention to what comes up, your body begins to learn that it's safe to let go of old tension. You're building embodied self-awareness, and over time, triggers that once overwhelmed you begin to lose their power. The best part? You're not just learning to cope with emotions. You're actually changing the way your subconscious holds them. You are releasing dis-ease. Old patterns gradually dissolve, and you naturally learn how to relax in the moment. So that's step 3. Notice the memories behind your emotions. Write them down and use EFT to release the tension stored in your body. One memory at a time. In the next video, we'll take this a step further. I'll show you how to unwind emotional patterns proactively before they even surface, so you can step fully into calm, clarity, and freedom. Step 4 is creating massive transformation. As you've discovered through awareness, releasing, and going deeper, this final step is about using all the tools together to fully unwind old patterns and stored tension. Your body remembers everything, even the words that hurt you as a child. And those memories aren't just in your head, they're trapped in your muscles, your tissues, your energy. Here's how to finally release them. This step is for those who want more and faster change. It takes courage and persistence, but the payoff is huge. A quieter mind, fewer negative thoughts, and a life that feels lighter and more fun. I'll show you how to go beyond your daily emotional check-ins and start proactively dissolving the old tension stored in your subconscious. This is the same path I took, and it completely changed how I experience reality. For me, one of the biggest changes came when I tapped on my dad's verbal abuse, the harsh words and the critical phrases that he used when I was a child. As I tapped and felt the emotions, I noticed something I had never noticed before. My own self-critical thoughts were directly tied to his words. Once I let go of the emotional charge, the constant self-criticism in my head simply disappeared. Every negative emotion you've ever stored is like a knot in your body, what Carl Jung called the shadow, and what Eckhart Tolle describes as the pain body, a reservoir of past emotional pain stored in your tissues. It is literally tension stored in the tissues of your body, dis-ease. Think of it like a tight muscle that you didn't know was sore. Once you gently work on it, it can release and relax. That's the power of this work. By focusing on one memory at a time, feeling into the emotions and the physical sensations it left inside, you can release the tension at its root. This is shadow work in action. You're bringing light and awareness into places you've ignored. And in doing so, the memory no longer controls you. The more emotions I released, the calmer my mind became. This made it easier to notice and release even deeper layers. It's a cycle of freedom that builds on itself. Do you have the courage and determination to go deeper? If so, let's get started. 1. Gather your tools. Start by gathering a notebook and a pencil. This will be your record of your inner work, the memories you uncover and the progress you make. 2. Create your memory list. Write down all the significant negative memories and traumas from your life, starting from childhood. Don't worry if you don't recall all the details. They'll often surface as you open up the memory. You can also include stories you've heard others tell you. If you recall it, you hold it. Even the memory of holding those stories is stored in your body and mind, and it deserves to be acknowledged and released. A quick note that if you need help with this, I do have a workbook called A Pathway to Insight Workbook, Know Thyself, that's available on Amazon. I'll put a link in a comment. 3. Work through one memory at a time. Choose a technique, EFT tapping, or another somatic practice, and work on one memory each day. EFT or tapping is a simple technique that combines gentle tapping on specific points on your body with focused attention on emotions. Focus fully on one memory. Review it over and over again until the emotions have released and the story feels neutral. The next day, revisit the memory from the day before. If you notice resistance or lingering emotions, spend more time on it before moving on. As you work, new memories may surface. Write them down at the end of your list. Your list may grow before it starts to shrink. That's normal. This is how you proactively dissolve the tension from your past. 4. Notice the changes. As time goes by, pay attention to the subtle shifts. Are you calmer? Is your mind quieter? Are things shifting in your body? Can you feel the physical sensations beneath your emotions? Every time you do this work, you deepen your self-awareness. You may not always feel better right away. Emotions, memories, and even physical sensations may resurface. This is a normal part of the process. And noticing these sensations is a sign that your body and mind are releasing what's been stored. You will feel lighter, and life becomes more enjoyable as the stored tension gradually releases. For me, when I had released enough of my past and was finally able to put my awareness inside my head, I noticed intense pain inside my left cheek. I could only focus on it for a few seconds, but that pain had been there my whole life, stuck inside my subconscious mind. But I hadn't known, I hadn't been aware that it was there. It revealed itself at that point so that it could be healed. We are shown one layer at a time, one emotion at a time, one memory at a time. This step requires focus, persistence, and patience, but the rewards are profound. As you systematically work through your memories, you'll notice not just emotional release, but also deeper inner peace and self-awareness. Now you've seen all 4 steps of this process. This masterclass gives you the full map, but the real change happens when you go back and apply each step to gradually unwind the tension and patterns stored in your past. That's where the transformation truly unfolds. It all starts with something simple, building the habit of noticing what's happening inside of you. From there, you'll practice releasing, explore deeper levels of your story, and gradually unwind the tension and the trauma that have been stored over time. The more you do this work, the more clarity, peace, and freedom you'll uncover. It's not about closing something outside of yourself. It's about clearing out what's been stored inside so that a deeper, lasting peace can emerge. If this resonates with you, I would love to hear your experiences. Please share them in the comments below. Remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel so others can find it too. Your journey is unique, but you don't have to walk it alone.